Hello everybody, welcome my dear students of grade 6 to our online classes. Today we're going to continue unit 6. You've won a computer, lessons 5 and 6. On the page of lesson 5, we're going to listen and read to answer the question, what was invented on particular dates? Then we will read again and match.
Listening 53. Listen and read.
Computers. Fun facts. Who invented the computer? In 1833, a British inventor, Charles Babbage, made plans for a mathematical machine. It was the beginning of the first computer. Babbage spent 37 years trying to build his machine, but there were many complications, and he died before he finished it. The first computer was finally created in 1946. It was called the Small-Scale Experimental Machine. How big was the first computer? The first computer was huge. It filled a large room and weighed over 30,000 kilos. That's the same as 6 adult male elephants. Luckily, as technology has grown, computers have got smaller. Today, you can even buy a computer that's the size of a small mobile phone. Why is a mouse called a mouse? The first computer mouse was invented by Douglas Engelbart in around 1964. It was a little wooden box on wheels that could move an on-screen cursor. It was called a mouse because the wire that connected it to the computer looked like a tail. Luckily, a computer mouse is much smaller now and is usually made of plastic. However, it still looks like the first mouse that was made. When did the World Wide Web begin? The World Wide Web was invented by Tim Berners-Lee and Robert Cailliau in 1990. It was immediately successful, and in 4 years, 50 million people were using it. Today, billions of email messages are sent across the world every day. It is difficult to imagine life without it, as the World Wide Web has changed the world. How many computers are there in the world today? In the early 1940s, the president of the computer company IBM said, "I think there is a world market for about 5 computers." However, today, there are more than 1 billion computers in the world. Computers became much more important in the world than anyone ever expected.
Let's move to some important key vocabularies that we have to remember. Create means to make something. Experimental, done as a test. Cursor, it's a small arrow that comes and goes to show your position on a computer screen. President, the leader of a country. Available means there is something that can be used if needed. And expect, something you think it will happen. After listening, who can tell me what was invented on these dates? First, in 1964. Yeah, it is the first computer mouse that was invented. And in 1990, the World Wide Web was invented. Now, let's answer this exercise. Read again and match. The first one is already given. Charles Babbage never built a computer. So 1 will match with D. What about 2? Yeah, great. The first computer was very, very heavy. Number 3, the first computer mouse, yes, was a box on wheels. It was very big. Number 4, 2 men invented the World Wide Web. And in number 5, the World Wide Web became popular very quickly. In the 1940s, the president of IBM didn't think computers would be popular. Let's move to lesson 6, in which we're going to work with words from the previous article. Then we will listen and take what they use a computer for, and the last part will be speaking time. Now let's answer this question by using the suitable words to finish these sentences. The first one is already given. Chefs like to create new dishes when they cook. What about 2? Harry's house is huge. It's much bigger than ours. Huge means very big. The new robot is experimental. It is done as a test. That means we are not sure what it can do yet. Number 4, there is a big market for chocolate. Lots of people buy it. I moved the cursor around my computer screen. There was not a single complication. It went very well. Complication here means problems. Number 7, we were talking, so the teacher asked us to be quiet immediately. Yes, at once. The new president gave a talk to everybody in the company. That's great. Let's move to the next part.
54. Listen. How many people does the radio presenter talk to?
Hello. Today I'm talking to young people about what they use their computers for. Let's start with 11-year-old Colin. Hi, Colin.
Hi.
What do you use your computer for?
I do my homework on the computer. I like typing more than writing, and sometimes I have to find out information for a school project. The internet is very useful for that. I like finding out things about different subjects. History is my favourite subject.
Do you play games on the computer?
I don't have time for games, and I don't really like them.
What else do you use your computer for?
I like looking at music websites because I like downloading music, and I sometimes email my friends too.
Thank you, Colin. That was interesting. Let's move on to Emma now. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
What do you use your computer for, Emma?
I like writing stories, so I often write stories on my computer.
Do you use it for writing your homework too?
No, I have to do my homework in my exercise book. But sometimes, when I finish my homework, I email my school friends and send them funny photos.
Do you play many computer games?
Yes, I like playing games sometimes. They are quite fun.
Thank you, both of you. Now, let's move on.
Here we came to the last part of our lesson. It's your homework. You will underline the correct words in brackets. First one, the first computer was created or creature in 1946. Number 2, Trump was the president or presentation of the USA. Number 3, we use a cursor, a curve to point to things on the screen. Number 4, cables or cups are wires that carry electricity or telephone calls. Number 5, something that is done as a test to see what happens is experience, expert, or experimental. Answer your question and deliver them to your class teacher or send them on Teams.